أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا مولانا محمد أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله الطاهرين الطيبين وأصحابه الكرام الميامين والتابعين لهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين اللهم اجعلنا منهم آمين. اللهم تقبل منا صيامنا وصلاتنا وقيامنا. اللهم وفقنا للعمل الصالح الذي ترضى. اللهم لا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا ولا إلى شيء من خلقك في كل ذلك طرفة عين. Ya Allah, please do not entrust us to anything of our efforts or deeds or works, not for even a moment as short as a blink of an eye. اللهم وفقنا لإتمام شهر رمضان صياما وقياما إيمانا واحتسابا. Ya Allah, help us complete the month of Ramadan in fasting it, in praying, all that in iman and in ihtisab. While we have faith and while we seek and aspire for reward from you. اللهم افتح مسامع قلوبنا لذكرك. Oh Allah, please open the hearing channels of our hearts to that which reminds us of you. Ameen. Last thing we mentioned last night as I left you with, what was it? Somebody remembers. Alhamdulillah. I think this one almost all of you remembered, right? And that was very simple, but very beautiful, but rare are those who do that. Rare are those who do that. Allah has so many ways for us to seek virtue and to obtain merits and to seek healing of our hearts and minds and souls and bodies and so many good things. And He has given us so many ways to do all of that, so many different, many ways. But we do not oftentimes use that and pay heed to that. So we learned that, for example, reciting Surah Al-Ikhlas, that everyone knows. After every salah, regularly, 10 times, that's something highly recommended in accordance to a hadith. And Allah knows best and does what He wills, subhanahu wa ta'ala. But these are means that we use. Like you use aspirin as a means. You may heal, you may not heal. And use Qul Huwallahu Ahad as even a greater means. And it is up to Allah to heal or to give or to withhold, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And just like sometimes a specific medicine works for somebody, but doesn't work for the other one, for the same illness, until they try something else and it works for him or her. Sometimes, Allahu A'lam, dua and dhikr is like that. All dhikr and dua is good, but some dua and some dhikr might be more consistent and more harmonious with a certain soul and not another. And it would be more effective with one soul and one person and not with another, and then the other one would have to seek maybe some other dua and some other dhikr, and that in which Allah Azza wa Jal would have decreed to have healing in that or to have benefit in that. And therefore we should never give up hope in dhikr and in dua. You never know what is most suited for you of the dhikr and the dua of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we make efforts, and Allah Azza wa Jal is the giver and the withholder subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we seek always from His unending treasures. What ayah in the Quran is greatest? Allah la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. Who said so? Are you sure? You think so? Did you read that? You think you read that? Should always be sure. That's good. Yes, indeed, Rasulullah ﷺ did teach in many hadith, authentic and not authentic. So and let me not go back to that. That Ayatul Kursi, the verse, the ayah of the Kursi, is the grandest, the greatest of the Quran. Ayah. Ayah. Not surah. So, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, once he was one hadith related by Imam Muslim and others, the companion, the great companion, Ubay ibn Ka'b, everybody knows Ubay ibn Ka'b, the great companion, the Hafiz of the Quran, and the Qari and the Muqri, and the one of those whom Allah chose to preserve the Quran in his heart through the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He was with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sometimes teaches by asking questions. So he told him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ya Abul Munzir, his kunya, his nickname is Abul Munzir. Ya Abul Munzir, أي آية في كتاب الله أتدري أي آية من كتاب الله هي معك أعظم? Same question. Do you know which ayah in the Quran from the book of Allah which you have is greatest? He said, رضي الله عنه, Allah wa Rasuluhu a'lam. Allah and His Messenger know best. The adab with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In some riwayat, he said he asked him 3 times, and he answers each time, Allah wa Rasuluhu a'lam. Allah and His Messenger know better, know best. And then he says to him, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. That is Ayatul Kursi. It is also called, as some ulama mentioned from some hadith also of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, at least some of that, هي سيدة آي القرآن. The Sayyidatu Ay al-Quran. The Sayyid, you know what Sayyid? Sayyida is feminine because it's Ayah in the Arabic language is feminine. He says it is the Sayyidah of the Quran. The Sayyidah of the Quran. You know, the sort of the liege lord, of the Quran, the paragon of the Quran, the Sayyid of the Quran. It is also called sometimes Ayatul Fath. Ayatul Fath. Fath is opening because it brings rescue, it brings relief, it releases, it opens the closed doors of good and virtue and safety and security and good. It opens that. Suratul Fath. It is also called some say Suratul Mustaghithin. I'm sorry, Ayatul Mustaghithin. The ayah of the seekers of refuge. Ayatul Mustaghithin. The ayah for those who, for some reason, are seeking rescue and refuge from something which is uncomfortable, or something that is bad or evil. And so on. أو آية المستعينين وآية المستجيرين وآية المستعيذين وهكذا. آية الكرسي. And what is al-kursi in English? Throne. No. That's what you find it translated as. The answer is no. That's where not every translation is good that you read. Kursi is not throne. Throne is arsh. Arsh. Arsh al-Rahman and al-Kursi. Al-Kursi in our human four-dimensional experience and perspective is where you will put your foot on. Pardon? No. Ottoman. Ottoman. You put your foot on. This is your chair, and if there is something there, you put your foot on. And a throne of a king usually would have that footstool, pedestal, footstool, where you put your foot on. In our human four-dimensional experience and perspective, that's a kursi. Now we call this kursi, now we call the chair kursi in the modern language of Arabic. This is kursi. Now, Allah says subhanahu wa ta'ala in that it is called ayatul kursi because Allah mentions in the Quran, وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلَا يَؤُودُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. His kursi encompassed, wasi' is wide enough, for, literally speaking, for all the heavens and earth. Allah created heavens and earth. How wide are heavens? Allah only knows. How wide is our galaxy in which we are in this heavens? Who knows? Just the Milky Way galaxy. It is said it is as wide as about something like 120,000 light years. What is 120,000 light years? In other words, the distance light would travel at the speed of light. The speed of light is when you blink, that's once in 1 second, travels 300,000 kilometers. No, that's 1 light second. So it travels 300,000 kilometers in 1 blink of an eye. Now, in 1 year, you have to do many multiplications. Times 60, times 24, times 365. That gives you the distance in 1 year. And then 120,000 of that. Trillions and trillions of kilometers is our galaxy in which the solar system is in accordance to modern science. And do you know how many galaxies there are? Billions of galaxies. La ilaha illallah. Billions of galaxies separated by millions of light years sometimes. Separated sometimes by millions of light years or thousands of light years or hundreds of thousands of light years. These galaxies. وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ. Now, Allah created these things, and Al-Kursi is a creation of Allah Azza wa Jal. خَلْقٌ مِّن خَلْقِ اللَّهِ. خَلْقٌ مِّن خَلْقِ اللَّهِ. السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُونَ خَلْقٌ مِّن خَلْقِ اللَّهِ. Creation of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His Kursi subhanahu wa ta'ala is a creation of His Azza wa Jal. And it is related in many hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, ما السماوات السبع والأرضون السبع من الكرسي أو عند الكرسي إلا كحلقة ملقاة في فلاة وفضل العرش على الكرسي كفضل الفلاة على الحلقة. In other words, he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in accordance to this text, what means that the heavens, all of them, and all the earths, all of them, relative to the kursi, this creation of Allah called the kursi, is like a ring thrown in an open desert. Kursi. And then the kursi relative to the arsh, to the throne, the kursi relative to the arsh is like that ring in the middle of the desert. It's beyond, that's what makes me say and lead me to say, it's beyond the notion of space and time as we ever imagined them. So don't imagine, and this is of our aqidah of Asma'ullah wa Sifatuh, don't imagine when you hear وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ or الرَّحْمَنُ عَلَى الْعَرْشِ اسْتَوَى, Ar-Rahman upon the throne istawa. Don't imagine but like something you are looking at. تَعَالَى اللَّهُ عَنْ ذَلِكَ عُلُوًّا كَبِيرًا. May Allah be exalted from that eternally and infinitely. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you hear some descriptions in some other texts which gives you, if one is not properly tawheedi oriented, may give you a physical vision and an image of that which is beyond the realm of physicality and beyond the realm of what you can ever imagine. That's all the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Kursi is a creation of Allah azza wa jal. A throne is a creation of Allah azza wa jal. And the relationship of the kursi to all heavens and all earths is what you heard. And then the relationship of the kursi to the throne is what you heard. Beyond comprehension. And when you hear malaika carrying the throne, don't try to imagine anything. Allah created the malaika, and Allah created the throne, and Allah created space, time, and beyond, and Allah created whatever power and energy and modality by which the meaning of carrying His throne is manifested. Don't be anthropomorphic. Don't be one who imagines Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like he or she imagines human beings and four-dimensional creatures. وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is a great ayah because, first of all, it contains this concept of this great kursi in relation to all space and time in the manner you heard. Number two, many ulama say also, because in it are great names of Allah Azza wa Jal. In some hadith, it teaches that inside it there is the Al-Ism Al-A'zam of Allah Azza wa Jal. In Ayat Al-Kursi, there is the greatest of all the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Somewhere in Ayat Al-Kursi, or all of it, or somewhere. Secondly, these names that there are, which we can distinctly extract and see very obviously as names of Allah Azza wa Jal, as almost I think, if not all of you, know that wonderful ayah. Allahu la ilaha illahu al-hayyu al-qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm lahu ma fi as-samawati wa ma fi al-ard. All these are attributes of Allah. Lahu ma fi as-samawati wa ma fi al-ard. Continue. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما. All these are attributes of Allah Azza wa Jalla. وهو العلي العظيم. العلي العظيم. How many? 5 of these distinct, that you can distinctly see as names, not as attributes only that came through a phrase, a sentence, or a verse, but names in this ayah. Next to say of the fada'il of Ayatul Kursi is to be recited as often as we can. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us so many virtues of reciting that ayah, including after every salah. And he taught sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the mu'min, the person who, the Muslim who performs salah and who recites that after every salah out of iman, there is nothing that stops him or her from entering paradise. Gift from Allah. Who practices that regularly? All? No, I think even all of us who are here, I don't think everyone here practices that after every salah. Would you agree? Yes. Like Qul Huwallahu Ahad. How many do that after every salah? Not everybody. Who loses? We lose. Another gift from Allah Azza wa Jal, which we should readily accept and receive and use. To recite it also regularly when? Morning and evening. Especially when you go to bed before you sleep and you lay down in your bed and you read Ayatul Kursi. Regularly, regularly, regularly. And if one reads it regularly, very regularly, for any condition that befalls or afflicts that person, and does that with sincerity in his or her qalb, and keeps doing that, يداوم على ذلك, many ulama have said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring relief to that person. يداوم على تلاوتها. Reading it with that niyyah. Next thing, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum, the living, the all caring and sustaining and subhanallah wa ta'ala, the one who makes everything run the way it should be and takes care of it and provides for it and sustains it and so on. Qayyum, subhanahu wa ta'ala. They say, rahimahullah ta'ala, also the ulama, if one, and this is one of the ad'iyah, one of the medicines that are available to take, and remember what I said earlier about taking medicine, aspirin for one versus one, and therefore we should always do more of the dua. You never know which one is suited to my personality and to my soul and to my spirit. When those two match, there is resonance and there is healing. As Rasulullah said, even in using the physical medicine for physical ailments, he said Allah Azza wa Jal created ailments and created as well cures, medicines. And he says, when, by the grace of Allah, when the medicine matches the and suit the ailment, Allah brings relief. So think about that. Many dua, many adhkar, use that dua, this adhkar, this adhkar. When the dhikr and the dua matches your soul, your personality for what the problem is, Allah will create result, healing, a gift. That's why some people say, well, I did do that, I did make dua, I did read the dua, but it didn't work. Sometimes it didn't work because you doubted, because you don't have yaqeen, we don't have certitude, we doubt, we're not sure. Sometimes we get bored, and getting bored in dhikr and in dua with Allah is a sign of lack of faith in us. May Allah forgive us. And it could be also, keep going. Maybe that dua is not too suited to your, maybe, I'm not saying it, maybe that dua is not suited to your personality, to your soul. Until sometimes that's why there are some ulama rabbaniyun who, by the grace of Allah, sometimes, some of them, rare they are, who when they know people well, they know of their nufus and their qulub, they know what to assign to us of dua and of dhikr that would match our personality and our soul to bring us the benefit, inshallah, that we seek. May Allah help us be with them. Having said that, if, for example, one is in a situation who desires from Allah knowledge, ilm, what to use of dua to attain ilm? Allahu la ilaha illahu al-hayyul qayyum. So, in this case you say, la ilaha illallahu al-alim. لا إله إلا الله العليم لا إله إلا الله العليم لا إله إلا الله العليم. Allah is the all-knowing, and I want knowledge. I ask Him by His attribute, by His name, Al-Alim, through Allahu la ilaha illahu, la ilaha illallahu, Al-Alim. And I repeat that. وَأُدَاوِمُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ. And I continue to do that consistently, preferably with hudur al-qalb, with my focus emotionally present, aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, aware of that, and I keep doing that. If one is going to ask for Allah, as they say, for rizq, provision, rizq, Ya Allah, you know, a mu'min who believes in Allah Azza wa Jal, then he or she should say, in the same manner, بالدوام بالمداومة وبحضور القلب لا إله إلا الله الرزاق لا إله إلا الله الرزاق لا إله إلا الله الرزاق لا إله إلا الله الرزاق. And Allah Azza wa Jal has that as a medicine, as a means, good one to use. If one seeks from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shifa, through dua, through dhikr, what should he say? Now you should know. La ilaha illallah shafi. 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 And they say, rahimahullah ta'ala, for especially the very major afflictions and tribulations or challenges to a person, in wudu, facing qibla, heart present, and consistency, all five of them in this ayah. La ilaha illallah al-hayyul qayyum al-aliyyul azim. La ilaha illallah al-hayyul qayyum al-aliyyul azim. لا إله إلا الله الحي القيوم العلي العظيم. Especially when we ponder the meanings of these names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ayatul Kursi is the ayah of the Quran. is the ayah of fath, of ighatha, of isti'ana, of that which brings, inshallah ta'ala, rescue and refuge to us. May Allah Azza wa Jal help us be of those who have the certitude in the so many noble, many means of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala afforded to us to use for our own sake in this dunya and in akhirah. صلى الله وسلم على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر
الله أكبر
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا